Only 4,120 pounds, the Grey Wolf 20 RD SE Rear Dinette Special Edition here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This represents the most basic member of the Cherokee family, but you know, even though it would be a great camper for starters, for people who are looking for a solid couples camping arrangement, no slides, no carpet, easy cleaning, easy towing, I don't know that entry level really fits the bill because it's got a surprisingly high level equipment trim package to it. And I have some wicked morning sun beating on the back of this RV, so I did have to pull that shade across that huge window on the back, which is kind of a bummer because that's a huge focal point of this camper, is getting to see out the back of that. But we'll get back to that in just a moment here. Neat things on this one. We do have central air. We have all LED lighting. Surprisingly, when you get down to this price point, there are still some campers that don't have LED lights, so I do like to point that out. Now what's cool is you can still go through and individually switch control these things. Now the location of the bathroom here, it's right next to the entry door, so whether you're traveling or at your destination, if you want just a quick in and out bathroom trip, you got it right here. It's pretty handy. You'll see that we are carpetless, ventless. We are pet friendly. So if you know, you've got your four-legged little fur monsters and you want to bring them along with you like I would, you don't have to deal with the whole can I get them into a hotel thing. You got your own space here. You're good to go. There's very few RV parks that are not you know, pet friendly. Now you've got wraparound windows back here. They all have pleated nightshades for privacy. You've got outlets all over the place. You have storage overhead, so this thing gives you awesome views. She gives you, you know, great privacy. It gives you good storage. It gives you good ability to plug in heated blankets and phone chargers and fans and everything else. But what's cool here is even though this is a couples camper, you've got a true U dinette back here, which is about 7 foot wide, 44 inches deep. And because this is all the way on the back of the camper and the master bed is all the way on the front, it actually is not a bad camper if you have like a big kid that might be out of the house soon, or if you have adult guests and, you know, for like buddy hunting camping or something like that. We've also sold this floor plan to you know, individual loner lady camper who likes to bring a friend along or something like that. And again, what's cool here is it gives them individual adult private sleeping spaces. And those shades obviously block out the sun when you need to, and you can see from that beam in the middle, that whole rear window does open for airflow, as does the window over here. So you can always get you know, lots of light, lots of views, lots of airflow, or full privacy when and if you ever need it. You also have full storage below that true U dinette as well. And this right here is something a lot of brands don't do in a floor plan like this. A lot of times what they will do is they will kill this bench and it'll be occupied by things like a water heater, water pumps, or whatever. And it's kind of nice that you don't have your water heater all the way at the back of this RV so that you actually, you know, don't have to waste a ton of water getting the hot water up to your, you know, kitchen and shower fixtures. Instead, it's much, much closer. Now, the entertainment in this is pretty basic. You are all set up to add all kinds of different TV stuff. You could probably put a pretty healthy size screen against that wall. And that is one of the benefits of a wood stud sidewall, is there's studs on average every 16 inches on center so that you have the ability to really mount stuff into that wall and make it nice and secure. Right above that, that black box is our Furrion entertainment system. It's a Bluetooth stereo, but it's very streaming media friendly. It has HDMI and USB plugs right on the face, so if you have something like a Chromecast or an Amazon Fire Stick, or you know, what have you, there's a lot of different things like that. It's very easy to plug it in, power it up, and have it broadcast through your RV or connect into your system, as it were, whatever you're looking for. But down here, you might notice all of the countertops are a sealed edge press membrane material. So it's something that's going to hold up a little bit better to water exposure as compared to a T-mold. T-molding's okay, this is just better. But note too, they used a matching heavy-duty sink cover to maximize your prep space in conjunction with that recessed tempered glass top stove cover there. You've also got household outlets on both sides of the kitchen counter, and at a more basic series trailer like this, a lot of times brands, to save money, will try to give you only one or the other outlet on either side. But here they gave you both. But it's really as we start to open everything up and look down below that you see a little bit more detail went into this even still. So that tempered glass stove cover doubles as a big old backsplash, and it's spring loaded, so it likes to hold itself in place. Now you can fold it in half, or you can leave it all the way up like I did here. You've got that high-rise faucet. There is an aerator in that, by the way, but you also have this big skirted stainless farm sink right here. So you can actually get big pots and pans in here. Maybe you're grandpa and grandma, or you're a young couple and you got a little baby with you. You could actually give a baby a bath in that little thing if you had to. Note too, a pair of extra large plywood full extension drawers, a place for a wastebasket below the sink, or some bigger pots and pans, which is nice. And again, that stove cover right here, it marries right up to be countertop flush on top of that sink, so it is heavy duty. If you got to put heavy stuff on it, like a griddle, and do some prep work or some cooking, you got places to do it in here. From here, I want to turn us around because it's easy to miss the fact that right behind you is the rest of the kitchen. And at a glance, you look at it, you say, yeah, it's kind of a small kitchen. Don't forget, you have your whole refrigerator over here, as well as a 6.5 foot tall floor-to-ceiling pantry, which is frankly pretty darn generous in here. I mean, you can fit a lot of mac and cheese in that sucker, or, whatever, hamburger helper, whatever your thing is. Also, another cool thing on this floor plan, if I take a step back here real quick, is it's an open bedroom design. Technically, there is not a sliding privacy door for it, but because this big bulky bathroom is in the way and the kitchen's kind of in the middle, it really helps define it as private enough that, again, if you do have someone sleeping on that rear dinette and you're up front, it doesn't really feel all that exposed. It doesn't feel intrusive. There's a few details here in the bathroom I want to make sure I hit on. We already talked about its location in reference to the main entry door, but I love the Maxxair Vent Fan right here. They use the bigger vent fans here, even on the special edition, the most basic series of Cherokee that they make, because, who doesn't want more airflow? That's something that 100% of everybody enjoys, as well as look at the huge, storage vanity that we have here. In this class, in this price point, you get a lot of mirrors glued to a wall, or you get what looks like a plastic tackle box with a cheap plastic mirror on the front of it. They're still using full vanities here, which I think is awesome. So you get the whole house airflow, you actually get decent storage, a place to keep, your medicine, your shavers, and you actually have counter space for things like toothbrushes and a sink that adults can get their hands into. And that countertop is just like the main kitchen countertop and the dining table. It's a sealed edge pressed membrane. We have a foot flush stool with enough foot room here for a big person like me. And we have an easy step-in shower, not a conventional travel trailer tub. And while it still includes shower surround paneling and an extra large skylight, this is a very well-dressed, if you're going to call this entry-level, this is a best-in-class bathroom, I think. It has so many high-level notes in it, and that's why I don't like to refer to the Grey Wolf series as entry-level. I think it's a solid mid-level offering. And then you move up from the SEs to the full-on Grey Wolves, and you start to, trim it up a little more. Now, right over here, we have a monster window, so in bed you can actually see your campsite, and it makes the front bedroom area not look and feel so small. Most, quote, entry-level campers have an overhead shelf, not an overhead cabinet. Extra storage counts. Every ounce of storage counts, not an ounce of space gone to waste. Those are two things that I absolutely swear by in the RV business. You've got dual bedside stands with household outlets. There is storage below the bed. I like the nice, bedroom linen ensemble they have here. I think it looks good. I think the color contrast and the package and everything here looks good. And again, you do have a full privacy curtain here, as if the the bathroom and the kitchen kind of blocking your view wasn't enough. You can enclose this for privacy. Another thing you kind of can do, if you want to, if you just sort of leave that bathroom door open a little bit, it really gives it even more of a blocked off kind of thing. And especially if you do have young kids camping with you, it's just whoosh, right inside, get to the bathroom at night. I don't know about you guys, but my daughter would always wait till the very last second to get to the bathroom, and maybe having that door open might save us a little accident sometime, because, sometimes accidents happen with little kids and drunken adults. I'm sure we all know one. One of the easy to miss features on the front of this Grey Wolf is right up front, right at that front corner just below the skirting. We've got a gas grill quick connect down there, so if you want to bring along a little portable grill, you got the perfect place to do it. And it's not under your awning. Now, you might have noticed Mr. John Dershel popping in and out of that rockwood over there that just came in. We do some surface level quality inspections on things here at Haylett RV before they go out for sale, including full appliance burns, and John's kind of helping us with a little bit of that, making sure everything looks like it's on the up and up. So before you take an RV home, know that we've gone through it 2 or 3 times potentially, just kind of depends. Fact is though, you know, we try to make sure that you get to spend your first trip just having fun and not worrying about scheduling a service appointment. The good news too is we don't charge extra fees for stuff like that. That's just part of, you know, the price here at Haylett RV. We take care of stuff the right way the first time. Right up front, we have a about what, 60% thicker aluminum nose skin on this thing. It is a 0.04 thickness versus the 0.024 that you commonly find on aluminum sidewalls. So the entire nose of this thing is basically a painted rock guard that is not going to be subject to a lot of weathering. Right along those terms, you might notice, other than just the name Grey Wolf and that wolf decal on the front, there's no decals on the side of this thing. There's nothing that can peel, fake, fade, and this thing's going to continue to look good over time. It's not going to really sun fade or sun check any more than, say, your car would, which is kind of cool. Neat thing on Grey Wolf, too. This is one of the things that it does that Big Brother Cherokee doesn't do, for different reasons, because Cherokee has a different slide-out system. Obviously, this is a no-slide camper, but the fact is, this is on a custom-engineered HC15 chassis. You don't know what all that means. Long story short, you see that integrated A-frame. That's not a conventional camper chassis. And what that does is it allows this thing to have the same interior height by actually being a little bit lower outside, because the floor is actually lowered a little bit closer to the ground. Now, it still has plenty of ground clearance for your sewer hoses and jacks and all that stuff, but it also means that you have a lower center of towing gravity. You have less tipsiness because it, you know, the whole thing sits a little bit lower, less headwinds, all kinds of good stuff. We've got centralized hookups right here, and on a short camper like this, anywhere you have centralized hookups is usually close enough to the parked facilities. But what I like here is how we have full black tank flush and outside shower, as well as a nice independently switched courtesy light up there, so you can actually see what you're doing if you do need to utilize your sewer facilities in the evening hours, or the wee morning hours, as it were. So things like a black tank flush and a full outside shower, that's the kind of stuff I mean when I say I don't know that I call this a true entry level. I think I'd call it like a mid-level trailer. It's got a surprising equipment package, like all the kitchen stuff that we saw inside. We'll talk more about the tires in just a minute. One of the things I do want to point out back here, though, is this 200-pound rated cargo rack. You do not need to take the spare tire off to fold that thing down, and what it does is it gives us an awesome place to bring along things like extra coolers, bicycles, maybe a small generator if you're an off-grid enthusiast. It opens up a world of opportunities, the same way Aladdin opened up a whole new world for Jasmine. Remember that? Anyway, I am pretty sure Disney's going to murder that live-action adaptation, but hey, neither here nor there. It's hard for me to beat Robin Williams as the genie, you know? Well, we are way off topic. We have a fully walkable roof, 3/8 thickness, 16-inch on-center studs on the roof sidewalls, 12-inch on-center floor studs, and a 5/8 tongue and groove plywood floor decking. We are also backup camera ready, so should you choose to utilize the Darth Vader prep package in the back there, you will be good to go. Now, I wasn't able to fully extend this awning right now just due to our proximity in relation to that Jayco Eagle parked right there next to us, but I think you can still get the idea. We got that push button, easy setup power awning, comes all the way back out here. Now, it does have dual outside lighting sets. You have your main light under the awning, as well as some little neat kind of just sort of like effect lighting behind those speakers. We do have an easy tilt power awning over here with an auto rain dump. You can just take 2 fingers and pull on that awning arm and it'll crank this thing right down to an angle. Probably not with the Donald Duck sound, but the fact is it'll normally get the job done. So if you are out here and it is a little bit of a drizzly day, you can just keep on enjoying your own little patio party. We also have the handy pet leash latch over here, which is also good for keeping toddlers from running away. I joke about that, but I'm pretty sure someone's going to do exactly that with it. I wouldn't recommend it because obviously the kiddos could maybe get themselves choked up on something, so please don't do that. It is just a joke. Fact is, it's a handy way to keep your pets at your campsite without running off. Maybe there's scary sounds, or they're not used to the new surroundings yet, you need to give them time to acclimate. Handy little feature. It's basically just a toy hauler D-ring tie down. Now if you choose to add a TV to it, it could mount inside, it could mount outside. That handy bracket right below the Grey Wolf logo between those speakers is the perfect place to do so. Our tires have a good looking mag wheel package, and a neat little thing they do on these is they have pressure indicator valve stem caps. Not fancy, but effective. Isn't that cool? So if that little indicator flips from green to red, you need to put air in the tire. You don't even need to mess with it. It's pretty darn cool, actually. Just at a glance, you can see before you leave for your big trip, if you need to put air in your tires, which is the single #1 failure point of trailer tires, by the way, is improper inflation before travel. Moride stable steps have just become a huge staple of this business. They've become a big, big deal. And Grey Wolf here, they were one of the first manufacturers, well, the Cherokee brand, as it were, to put those Moride steps on this level of price point. There's a couple different types of stable steps, and they're both cool in different ways. I think that they're both neat, I guess. We've got our anti-slam entry door that also has that larger entry handle. So it's easy come, easy go. The wind isn't going to whip the door around. Plus, down here, the steps with their adjustable foot pegs, the feet are actually holding your weight as you come and go. So the camper doesn't tend to rock and roll around. Now, I don't mind rocking and rolling at the campsite, but I don't think I want to make people seasick as I come and go, kind of rock and rolling. Not exactly what I had in mind. Large front storage cavity here. I like the extra wide door to get into it. You can see that does pass through under the bed a little bit, although it's really easy to partition that off if that is not your preference. And it's the perfect place to put a portable solar suitcase, which, wouldn't you know it, there's a little portable prep plug for it right there. Pretty quick, pretty easy, pretty darn handy. I think that overall they've just done a great job of bringing a lot of high-level, high-value equipment to what is easily looked at as an entry-level product, but I definitely call it a step above. I think that this is a step above entry-level right now. So give us a call. Hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything between. We do it all. Well, no, we don't do hidden dealer fees, but we do everything else. We do the good stuff. There we go. I'll say it that way. We do the good stuff at Haylett RV. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.